I'm Tyler Yaremchuk here to tell you I'm fucking disgusting, bro. And I generally stink like piss because I don't wash my hands. I piss on them. I piss on them. I piss on them.
Oilers Nation real life.
Full of piss. New pod taking the piss. I piss on them.
I actually piss all over myself. Like, the hands aren't even the problem.
Wow.
Piss on them. Piss on them.
Oh, somebody drinking their own urine is totally plausible.
You can find a way to mix in a pea jar.
Full of piss on them.
Sometimes I don't even take it out. I just go.
I don't wash my hands. I piss on them. Piss on them.
That is like a 40-second intro.
This reminds us, like, it feels like I'm in Seattle again. All this Tyler Trumbull pissing on his hands.
The Tyler got to get nude though.
Did I talk about pissing a lot in Seattle? I know I ruined a toilet.
You did do that.
I wasn't trying to.
Was that from a frenzy or a backsy though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did I talk about piss in Seattle?
A lot of paperwork.
Oh, okay.
But well, anytime I mentioned piss, you laughed, but that's part of the course.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome into the Real Life Podcast.
Ruin a toilet.
But that wasn't even on me. I think that toilet's clock was ticking.
Where? In the hotel?
Yeah.
But like Chalmers, to give you context,
Yeah.
if you flushed this thing while you were sitting on it, it was gonna suck your lungs out.
Were you
Ooh, I like
flushing
those
face
ones,
cloths? Do you not understand when it says no paper that includes no face
The ones
cloths?
that sound like airplane but toilets?
It was an airplane toilet.
So
essentially.
So how do you ruin one of those?
Unaware.
That's a lot. It is a terrible thing to have to call housekeeping and be like, somebody needs to come and fix my toilet and bring a plunger.
So
What about being nude in the stairwell and having to call security?
Are you asleep or awake?
That's probably less embarrassing than having the guy come in with a plunger.
So I had a buddy who was on holidays. It was middle of October and he clogged up a toilet.
Yeah.
So he called the front desk and was like, hey, like my toilet is clogged. Like, do you have someone who could come and work on it? And they just came up, gave him a plunger and were like, see ya.
Respect.
I respect that move. I'd almost rather do it myself too.
I
And
would
just be
totally
like, dude,
rather do that.
just stay outside. Actually,
Not me. I'll go hide under the bed while the cleaning people come in. Then I'll say, knock on the bed when you're done, and I'll just hide.
I don't even want to like see them. I'll have strict instructions for them. And that is leave the
just switch
plunger
hotels
outside the
immediately.
door, knock 3 times. I'll call back when I'm done.
Standard JLo protocol. No one look me in the eye.
I also am always fascinated that like plungers, they're not expensive. Why don't you just have them in the rooms?
That's a
People
good
would
question.
use
So
them
now-
for all sorts of
I was just going to say, so now you'd have to think about all the dumb things that people that are drinking on a weekend in Seattle would do with a plunger.
Well, I'm looking at Bag Milk here.
Yeah, what is yours?
He was on brand this past weekend.
Yeah. Next thing you know, an NHL team's going to steal it and use it as their player of the game award.
Do you know why there's no plants in hotel rooms?
Go ahead.
Just think about it at scale. 50,000 hotel rooms. What's happening in the hotel
You
plants?
think people are going to poop in the plants?
I wasn't thinking backsies. I was thinking frontsies.
Peeing in them?
Pissing in the plants not bad. Lots of nutrition.
At scale?
He can't even say it without
Listen,
fucking-
I think they don't have plants in there because nobody wants to try to keep those things alive. My parents go to Phoenix for the winter and I have to keep 2 plants alive and I fail on one of them like every year. I can't seem to
It's a big responsibility.
It's
man.
like, these things have different watering schedules. I don't know them. I try to figure them out.
Yeah,
They tell me them and I still can't abide
They're
by
getting
it.
too much sun. You got to move in the shade, then vice versa.
Think of all the nights you've spent in a hotel room in your life. How many of the plants would you honestly have pissed in had they been there?
Probably none.
None. I would go to the
What
toilet.
a crock of shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've shared rooms with Chalmers on the road, and you fast forward to 3 a.m, and he's jumping between beds.
Oh, yeah.
Like flying through the air like an
The old
Olympic
bed jump.
torch.
The best part about
and you
the
think
bed
you
jump-
wouldn't pee in a hotel plant?
Oh, they keep getting further and further apart as you push off on them, too. Ooh.
I'd never pee in a hotel plant.
I got a wicked picture in Mexico of me mid-bed
You
jump.
look like you're 12 feet in the air. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
I look like I'm flying.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Are you coming to Phoenix?
Yes.
No.
Why do you even ask me anymore? What is the deal?
No.
He's probably got 4 hockey.
Here's, you know what? This is one of those ones where I can't believe you weren't on it. And I was thinking about it no better time than when we were at the Aqua concert.
I saw, dude, and they sounded great from your videos.
And we were like literally like 4 feet from
I
They-
watched you lock eyes with the dude.
and the chick.
I didn't see
And
that.
Lena. I also said I
They
loved her.
look great. Like they look like they're not one of those acts that you're watching them and you're embarrassed that for them, like, because you used to love them. You see that they look like they just live a great life and just want to keep singing these great songs. And you sent out a clip, and not of Barbie Girl, but of another song. And I was like, this is something I wish I was at.
Well, and one thing that they did was the songs they were playing, they had the accompanying music video playing behind.
Yes. Smart.
A lot of those I haven't seen since the late 90s.
Do you remember the one that was on the boat?
That's dope.
Yeah, that's a great shirt.
It looks great.
Jay's got to tell the story about how he got that shirt. 'Cause even that's fun.
And you know what the best part about the picture of Aqua on this shirt is, and what you should post that out later, but I can't tell if that's them back when we used to love them or today. Like they look
today.
They look great, man.
Yeah, no, it was
good for them. Because like once they go on, I had a rum. So all of a sudden the engine started to get lubricated. They go on. All of a sudden I'm weaseling my way to the front of the crowd having a boogie.
See, that's JR's move at concerts, is hands up in the air the whole time. Just a small back and forth singing.
I was jumping.
I bet you were.
Like that, like they're playing songs that you knew and stuff like early, like in the like throughout the whole concert. But they ended it with like their 4 biggest bangers in a row. It was like bang, bang. And it was, you just kept getting like riding like a higher high with every song.
It was great.
That album is one of those albums. It was called Aquarium, right?
Aquavision.
But it's got like sneaky, most of it's good. Like 3/4 of it is good. There's only a couple that you fast forward past because they're a little slower. There's a couple that are a little slower. I just like the bangers, the party tunes.
I was there for the jams, and that's what I got.
Oh, they gave us the jam. Like we left the theater. Like it was a cool theater, right?
Great theater.
And we left it on buzzing. Like Seattle is ghost town. We're like, we got to find I think we found the only bar open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a Mexican karaoke bar that had 4 other people in it when we showed up.
Did you guys sing?
No, we just
Dr. Jones 3 times back to back to back and left.
So what was the crowd? What was the demographic of the crowd like at Aqua?
The Bubbles? That's what we refer to the audience. That's what they refer to the audience.
Oh my God.
It was a wide range.
Wide range. I was like dancing with this old Norwegian lady because she's like, they're from Norway. I'm like, I swear they're from Denmark. No, she's like, they're Danish, but there's a Norwegian.
I flew here from Brisbane,
and we were like, she was dancing up a storm. There was people dressed up wearing lots of fur.
Lots of fur.
There were some outfits.
It was interesting because we all rolled in black hoodies essentially, and we're like, I look so.
Well, and this was when was this in the trip?
Last night, the very last night.
So we had to rally after the Seahawks game.
So you went from the Seahawks game to the concert.
Went to the hotel for like an hour. I took like a 20
after like a 30 kilometer gallivant to find Dave's Hot Chicken that wasn't open.
We had talked. Oh, brutal. We had talked about like
coming soon
on those trips where you go to certain sporting events and you show up on like a Friday. Friday night's usually a hardcore. Right.
Party.
Saturday night's usually
Saturday was
you give everything left in you, and then Sunday by the time you go to a football game, you know you're just like hanging on by a thread. And after a football game, we discussed like how hard it could be if you followed that.
Well, so it worked out really well for us. The Friday nights, like our flight got delayed to Seattle out of Vancouver, so we didn't roll up.
Wouldn't be a nation trip if it didn't.
We didn't roll to the hotel till like 1.
Late. Yeah, it was like 1 by the time we got to the hotel. So all you did was like Tyler went and grabbed some beers. We had a quick beer in our room and then went to bed.
Walked through the back alleys of Seattle to find a gas station that was open. Very safe choice.
Turned my pockets inside out so everyone knew I didn't pose a threat.
So what a successful Seattle trip because Oilers get a big win.
Dubs only, baby.
Dubs only.
Seattle, last minute field goal.
Yeah.
To win the game.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Well, and also
that missed extra point was
because I'm not a huge NFL guy. Like I like to watch it, but the first half of that football game was a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Plus we're all hungover, 12 out of 10 hungover. Woody just got fired. So we're all kind of like
working, trying to like do shit. Yeah.
And we're sitting on the moon. So the hike up to our seats was a slog.
Woo. Yeah, it was like
it was one of those ones where you just put your head down and you just go.
And you keep like, I gotta be there now. You look up like I'm nowhere near. Oh my God.
There was one where probably my 3rd or 4th trip. I'm like head down, I'm up. I was so dialed in. I walked past my row. Not even paying attention.
But how is the 12th man?
It was cool.
Never been to Seattle,
Not as loud
but
as I thought it'd be.
Well, I think it's because where we were. If we were a little bit lower, you'd catch it. But
it was fun for me to like because I had heard about it and whatever. And Tyler and Gavin and Jay are explaining it, but then quiet when they're on offense. So I'm like, okay. And then the defense comes out and the place just comes alive. The whole place was buzzing.
Yeah. And so like I guess that stadium has like sort of, it's designed in a way where the sound amplifies itself. It like continues to bounce off things and it creates a louder sound. So I imagine if you were down lower, it would have been much 100%. Louder. What was the gear situation? Usually when we go to teams, to football games, we buy the gear, but Seahawks gear, not that desirable in my opinion.
I'm not a
The
Seahawks
vintage
fan.
stuff is cool.
Yeah,
But I wasn't going to go buy gear.
No, like not a jersey, but like on a day like that when it's maybe a little bit
Tyler had a
colder,
gear choice.
maybe a toque,
Yeah,
maybe
Tyler
a set
rolled
of
up in a
gloves,
Bills
maybe a
jacket.
scarf.
Tyler wore a Bills jacket.
Yeah, I saw that. I was worried. You represented. You sent an Instagram post, maybe a story. I don't know.
Yeah.
It said, "I got to represent this," and I went, "You're better than that, man. Do you? You can't go to a football game in a team's jacket that isn't playing. It's weird."
First off, it's my only rain jacket. So that's why I had to pack
Could have
it on the
bought
trip.
a Seahawks poncho.
Meh, no.
Plastic poncho.
I stand by my decision.
I did out of respect. I had a navy blue rain jacket and I wore a green hoodie underneath.
Okay,
That was as close to allegiance as I was getting.
But we all have, like, for years and years and years, we've gone to sporting events and we've seen people in a jersey that has nothing to do with the game.
Jersey, I wouldn't go that far.
But there was a lot of those though.
There
Yeah,
was
A lot of those.
There was
Like-
a lot.
a bunch of random like Cowboys jerseys.
We saw that guy in the Mike Vick Falcons jersey.
Yeah.
Like there was just weird
I think
ones.
jersey's weird, but like it's just a rain jacket. Like, I don't know. There's a line there. And I
mean, it's literally your only rain jacket.
Yeah.
Well, let's be fair. We're from Edmonton. Who actually has a rain jacket?
Yeah.
Was it raining?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the
Off and on.
off on.
Was it
Annoying,
cold?
But no, it wasn't too bad actually. You were
Well,
cold. Tyler was cold.
my
cold
first
too.
impression was it's weird because I don't like. I always think that people like you
I
don't just
think-
throw on a sports jersey and go yay sports. To go to
But
a
that's
game.
not what I was doing. I like when you
But
go
do you
to-
think people know? Like how would people know that? If I saw you just walking around, I'd be
But
like,
here's the thing, I'm not worried about what the random people in Seattle
"Oh,
think of me.
police!" That's what we all say until we get a little cincy when somebody says something about it.
Like right now.
We all.
I think jerseys are weird, but I like if you went to an Oilers wild game and someone was wearing like
A Habs jacket.
Let's get him.
a Habs jacket, I'd be like, okay.
Would you?
Habs jersey, I'd be like, weird. Because like the jacket
Okay,
has,
so
like,
you're
a-
differentiating between jacket and jersey. I
Like,
get that.
The
I can-
jacket has like a sensible purpose. It's
I don't.
okay, you wanted to wear
I get
a
what he's
jacket.
doing. I never said I get. Like I agree with him. I see what he's doing, but I'm not on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
If you don't wear, like, even just going and getting like a cheap $15 poncho that might be the same color as,
Where are
like,
you getting that kind of value on
Seahawks?
ponchos these days?
They-
$15. Where you go,
dude,
Poncho,
have you not been to a football game?
Poncho Mart?
But the ones that look like are made look like a garbage bag.
Poncho
If you
Depot.
if you park a mile away from the stadium, too far, or you get it and you start walking,
I Uber.
there is people that set up stands like farmers
Oh,
market
stuff.
stands all over the place that just sell gear, ponchos, toques, gloves, just scarves, anything like foam fingers. Before you get to the stadium, waters, beers out of their coolers. Like you can get anything around there.
Interesting. You mentioned that we were the only ones walking around drinking beers.
It was really weird, but like no one.
What?
But you were allowed to. But no one had it. And then people were like, "Oh my god, you brought beers! I wish I thought of that."
Yeah, we were
What?
It's like visiting from the future. Like you only
We were the only
We're
ones.
coming from Canada where we have no tailgate culture, and
Yeah,
we're the
Jay
ones
bought
that
a
We
case
exist.
somehow
of
know how to do
Rainiers.
this better than you.
Oh yeah, Seattle is rainier town. That's for sure.
So Jay bought a case of Rainiers.
Yeah,
We
I
get
saw
to the
that.
stadium, and we're walking around, and then me and Tyler are like, "Are you allowed to drink? We are literally the only ones carrying beers around."
And I kept saying, "Are we allowed to be doing this?" And Jay would get very mad.
It's known. It's known. You can do it.
Jay cheers to cop essentially as we're crossing the street, and they just went, "Have fun."
Prove
We're
my
like,
point.
All
What's
right.
the slogan for Rainier beer? It's on the side of the box.
the beer out here.
Something
Something about a mountain.
something about crisp. Something.
Crisp
yeah.
like the mountains.
That might be right.
Drink a mountain of
It
these.
sounds correct. It's not like my favorite one, which is Miller High Life is the champagne of beers.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. The champagne of beers. So good. And a Miller High Life out of a clear bottle, delicious.
Beer out of a bottle, always better than beer.
Especially when the bottle's clear. I always find it's clear.
Like an MGD, nice MGD.
Yep. Nice
Delish.
MGD, Corona. You got yourself a Soul.
Sure.
Pacifico needs to be in a clear bottle.
I love Pacifico.
So
no,
do
it
I.
doesn't. Stay dark. Stay dark, my friend.
Like they're listening right now. They're like, what? Okay, no.
Who knew?
That's what I had at the Mexican karaoke bar.
Mountain Fresh.
Mountain Fresh. I knew it was Mountain.
I thought Crisp was in there. So
Well,
anyways.
I made it up.
The thing that I liked, and we can talk about Climate Pledge in a second, but they had both at the Seattle game in the Climate Pledge Arena, is they have those like walk-in stores where you just scan your credit card, it lets you in, and then you just take whatever and then walk out.
How does it know?
Well, that's
You look up and there's 9,000
there's
cameras on the roof.
million cameras. So the fun thing I'd always like to do is like there's a security guard. I'm like, I'm going to steal something. And I would literally try to steal something.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
You would walk
I
in.
think I stole some Sour Patch Kids. We'll see. I have to check
Jay
my
was
credit
Team Chaos on this trip.
Oh
so
my
he's
God.
walking in there and he goes, just so you know, I'm stealing my stuff. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, you're trying.
But also,
And then you kind of did.
Oh, this is sorry. My mind went to like a team merchandise store. This is like a food and beverage, like a pantry type store, like a
But with
grab and go.
Amazon technology and shit.
So at one point, Jay walks in and says, "I'm stealing these Sour Patch Kids." And then he he thought he was stealing peanut M&Ms, and he comes out from the store and he pulls them out of his back pocket and goes, "Damn, I thought these were peanut M&Ms. They were Sour Patch Kids."
You're the worst shoplifter in all Seattle.
Do you
I was
think-
telling the
okay.
lady was right here. I'm like, look at me. I'm stealing them right now. She goes, they'll get you. I'm
We
like,
got to get to the bottom of this technology, but my first reaction is that when you scan your credit card, now it knows that credit card number, you're in there.
Unless you do what I did,
yes.
where I go to scan, I get a red X. My gate does not open.
Oh, declined.
In my head, I go, what the fuck happened? The gate beside me opened. I just walked in. So whoever went in through gate
Okay,
left.
so this comes to my theory. Oh, somebody else was going through.
So whoever went through that gate and the gate had not yet
Yeah,
closed,
anything he took on this.
anything I took went on their credit card.
So do you think that every single piece of merchandise in that has some little sensor on it that now when you walk through the gate again to leave, it senses the credit card and everything you have on your person?
Man, the cameras see you.
Are you telling me there's
There is
like
like
45 people in there being like, okay, they're following this guy and they're like, oh, he just got some Sour Patch.
Buddy, there's literally like 100 cameras.
It's not people watching on its computers.
Like all the time on them. Like,
So another thing Jay did.
Yeah. So like I do this thing, I leave, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I just grabbed these 2 beers, but I didn't pay for anything and I didn't pull a credit card out of my pocket. So somebody bought these beers. So immediately after that, Jay, ding, light goes off. Tyler goes in to grab beers. Jay just tails him through the gate as the gate is still open.
So,
But then what did things go on? I don't know.
so then-
this doesn't make any sense.
so then we
Tyler
walk
bought me a
out of
drink.
there, and Jay goes, "I just stole this beer." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I just walked in behind you." I was like, "Well, Jay, that just means I paid for your beer." And he goes, "Feels better when I say I stole it."
and then Tyler goes, oh, it doesn't matter. It's the card I share with Amber.
Yeah. So you can thank Amber.
What
for
a
half the
crazy.
It's nuts.
I need to know how this works. I need to know exactly how it works.
You gotta go. You just gotta go and see it, man. It's a mind fuck.
Because when we went down to LA in the playoffs in May, that was the first time I ever experienced it at Crypto.com Arena. And I'm like, this just feels weird.
Yeah.
But it works. You check the credit card and there they are.
They
Unless
must
it's
have
not
a
your
whole
credit
customer
card.
service department of people that are like, I only took these 3 beers and and I got charged for
For
6.
For sure.
How? Oh, and then they got to go to one of their Oh my God, what a mess.
So if there's any website we could trust to give us a breakdown of how these work, it's probably stadiumtechreport.com.
Finally, a reason to visit.
I actually subscribe to that magazine.
Website.
Yep.
Yeah.
$1.99 a month.
Right now, there's somebody looking at their Google Analytics. There's a live visitor. They're like, it's happening.
This is a huge article.
Well, while you're unpacking it,
Yeah.
we should talk about the Oiler game, but also Climate Pledge Arena.
Super cool barn.
It is very interesting.
Like you had enough time in the intermission to pop down, have a piss, grab a beer, and if you want something to eat at a different spot, grab that too and be at your seat. with
So
plenty of time to
explain
spare.
Lots of time.
explain
There was no way.
the logistics to me. If it was clearly a packed arena, was there just twice as many bathrooms as you would normally see? What is streamlining these processes in that arena?
They have those stores
Okay.
that you just walk in,
Okay.
right? And the cameras, you don't have to line up. You just walk in and do your thing. They had that food kiosk, that pizza place where they had like 30 POS like things on a wall. So you just go up and do it and you walk and go get it was seamless. The bathroom lines weren't that long.
No.
Like you
But
had-
what, okay, but
you had time
this
to
is
do
what I need to know.
everything and socialize.
I need to know about the bathrooms because
I think the
there
answer
wasn't
is
any
more.
innovation
I
there.
think their answer was there was just more.
There was just more.
Because like the one right next to our section, it wasn't like it was big, but I just feel like there were more bathrooms there.
because the Seahawks game must have felt like the Heritage Classic.
The Seahawks
No.
game actually wasn't too bad
No,
because
not bad
we had
at
a
all.
bathroom right behind us.
Well, apparently nobody drinks there. They weren't drinking tailgate, so they don't need to piss.
Well, I think they were like there's a lot of people there, but like once again, like there's just amenities. There's infrastructure there.
It's like the Seahawks stadium is built to have 65,000 people
Yes.
in it, whereas Commonwealth has the seats for it. But that's about it.
But the amount of like throughput they put of like food and bev through the Seahawks building, it behooves them to have additional stuff.
And well, the thing that they had, and this would be an easy solve there. They had the vendors going up and down the stairs.
Yep.
Whoa, novel idea. Like,
Yeah.
so simple.
Like our
Like,
guy,
we ordered it from him a few times.
yeah, like our
Every-
guy hiked the mountain to get.
Do you have to
us.
pay him, or is he like, we just
feel
know?
bad, so you had to buy a drink. The fact he walked all that way. up
Every
with the-
section, you know how like in at Oilers games, there's only like a few sections where you can just straight up order something and then they bring it to you.
Never said no seat.
That should be everywhere. I know, like, would you need that much staff? Is it really?
Well, I don't
Imagine
know.
a restaurant with 18,000 people.
How does the stadium
No, no,
staff up for one outdoor classic every 20 years,
Yeah,
right?
but they could have had beer vendors going up this.
But like those
But
are
I guess
hard people to wrangle.
As we witnessed, there was so much humanity on the concourse that once those beer
You'd
vendors
need-
loaded
yeah.
up, they couldn't get 10 feet past the door. That's why we had to
And
find
like
out what the door
Commonwealth
was.
had like downstairs at the Seahawks stadium. I don't even know what you would call that area where we got that,
That
gumbo.
giant hall.
It was just like a big hall of food and drink vendors down there.
Yeah, and it was
Dip-
full of people.
Yeah,
Full.
I love football stadiums because you always find yourself in like the weird. They're so massive. Do you remember we were in New Orleans and we straight up like our buddy Josh had some tickets that had like what you would accumulate to like the chairman's lounge type of access, and so we all went down there. Didn't know where in the stadium we were. This place was huge. It was like a bar. It was after the game. And we're just like chilling out in there, having a drink, having a party. It's great. And all of a sudden this guy starts talking to me and he's like, "You like the game?" And he's like, and I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, yeah, I just watched my son. He just kicked some ass out there." I'm like, who are you? He goes, "I'm Mark Ingram, daddy." And I'm like, "Come on." He goes, "Yeah, you can meet me down here." I'm like, "Get out of here." He's like, "No, there he is right there." And he comes over. The wall behind the bar, like not like to the, across from the bar is all glass, but like opaque glass. It's like you can't see through it. And these doors open. It's the players' parking lot right there. All these cars, like Lamborghinis, Mercedes, all this. And Mark Ingram just walks through the doors and we take pictures with him. And we were just like, where are we right now? Like, this is the greatest thing in the world. So you found yourself in a place just like that in Seattle?
No,
No, it was just like a big banquet.
Oh,
hall.
your story sucks then.
Not even close,
not
actually.
even close.
It's just my point is that they just had so many options for you to grab.
Yeah, my story was better.
Well, yeah,
Mark
100%
Ingram.
it is.
So
I
Did you even
No
see
big
Mark
deal.
Ingram or his dad in your story?
Oh, this is
I
unfortunate.
nah, I didn't at all.
you should have seen the chain on him too. Woo! Mark Ingram, and he's not much bigger than me.
Wild thing though, outside of the
Way thicker.
outside of the stadium, all of a sudden I'm looking and Rick, he's zooming his phone up onto the roof right next to the stadium. Like,
snipers.
what are you
Yeah.
doing? Snipers on the
Saw
roof.
him.
on the
Yeah,
roof.
I was following you guys.
There
You know,
was- there
I
was
was living the
serious
FOMO
police.
life, watching my kids play hockey, just wishing I wasn't here.
There's a lot of NFL stadiums that have sniper nests built into them now. Like in Dallas, there's rooms and they take the elevator up and it's just for like
Oh,
police
yeah.
snipers
I
and
don't
shit.
doubt it after seeing all the there was heightened police.
Canine everywhere. Like the police dogs were everywhere.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I welcome the shit out of that.
The cool thing about Climate Pledge was that it's all like you walk onto the upper level and everything's down below.
Yeah, it's underground.
So we were sitting like.
Is that part of the
In
climate
Seattle?
pledge?
So we were sitting almost.
Next to the ocean? Sorry. Just hold on.
You walk in at ground level.
No, well, it's up a hill. To be fair, like it is
Okay.
by the Space Needle. It is elevated from.
Okay.
Yeah. So you walk in though, and then you go down.
Cool.
Yeah, so like we were sitting near the top of the upper bowl, like almost as high up as you could probably get. And there's windows on either end of the stadium. And when you look out the window, you're at street level from where we were sitting. Like,
Yeah, like we just like walked like down like, and we walked right up street level. Like,
Okay, so Stadium Tech Report led me to an article from Amazon.
You've been reading this the whole time.
They got a new
So
seat,
good.
new kind of seat in Atlanta. You won't
I
believe.
cannot wait to fucking hear
This
this.
article from Amazon is actually about the experience at Lumen Field.
oh, wow.
It allows fans to enter a concession stand, grab what they want, quickly get back to their seats. Without knowing the technology, it feels like magic, but how it's created is a bunch of biometric sensors, computer vision, object recognition, advanced sensors, deep machine learning models, and generative AI. This article from Amazon, about every second or third paragraph says, we do not collect biometric data.
No.
And the amount they're putting it in here
Okay.
Tells me they collected.
Yeah.
feels like they might be collecting our
We're in the
biometric
system.
data.
Yeah, they were.
But it's so good that if a customer walked in with a jacket on and took off their jacket, the system would automatically update their pixel signature and learn like that it's you just with the jacket off. And if you
They see me steal them Sour Patch.
and if you were to pick something up and put it back, pick something up, walk around, and then go put it back, it automatically updates your virtual cart from your biometric sensor. They're definitely collecting your data.
Yeah,
You
they're
walk
collecting
out of there and some person's like, hey, I just want to let you know your blood pressure is awfully high right now. You're like, what?
I'm being exclusively
Come again?
marketed Sour Patch Kids on every social platform I'm on.
Yeah. Bezos knows I was in my feelings that day.
Just Walk Out technology operates independently from Amazon One and doesn't use or collect any biometric information
So,
of shoppers.
Let's just Cliff Notes this.
I literally
Clearly,
just bought an
JR.
Amazon book and got a suggested upsell for Sour Patch
The
Kids.
next paragraph is a quote from the guy who started, who says, if a shopper takes off their jacket, for example, their signature updates as they move around the store. Just Walk Out tech doesn't collect any biometrics.
Okay.
The head of the we don't collect biometric division weighs in. That's not
So to
true.
conclude this, you didn't think that all those cameras were like people watching them. You thought
I had no idea. I couldn't.
I just
I'm not
know
a
they're
scientist,
watching
man.
me take my shit and charging me accordingly.
There's
All I
not
know-
like a room of people being like, okay, guy in the green
Yeah,
jacket's
no.
got 2 beers,
Jeez.
charge him 2 beers.
That would
It's just
be
AI.
insane. Yes.
All
We
I
are
know-
quickly becoming the dumbest thing on this planet. That's like, we're dead, man. Computers are going to kill
Like
us.
in what, the next 20
Hey, You see
minutes?
the robot boxing? There's a robot that can box.
Okay. So you
It
entertained by that?
moves pretty good.
Oh no, we won't be able to.
It's those Boston and dynamic robot dogs that freak me out.
Oh, they're scary.
Have you ever seen the
Yeah.
Clo Awards? Ever heard of it?
No.
Get a whole bunch of those and put them in a city with a bunch of people who can't box
iRobot?
that are just
Yeah,
fat and
iRobot.
lazy off eating McDonald's.
But you just befriend the nice one.
Yep.
There's always a
They
nice
don't.
one.
There's no emotions in them. That's the thing.
Well, but they become self-aware at one point.
Yeah, but doesn't mean they can
you
become
gotta find the nice
emotional.
There's always one that blinks a different color.
Yes.
So make
So
friends with
blink
that
red,
one.
stay away.
No,
Green,
green.
go.
That's the guy you
Maybe
want to
even
talk
blue.
to.
From
What?
The
Blue.
time you take them out of the box, always very friendly. Please, thank you. Please, thank you.
Yeah, always be nice. So that's what they're learning from.
Like Chat GPT, if I'm ever throwing something in there, it's always please, thank you very much. Appreciate your help.
Yeah. What would you like for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
All your personal information.
Has
It
to be
says
that way. I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah, I can
Because
see
when the
that.
robots come and attack, Chat GPT will send out a signal. He's like, no. This guy he's been cool since day one.
should.
This guy's an OG.
Always thank ChatGPT at the end. Thank you.
So
I do.
I do want to mention this one point of the trip. So after the Oilers game, we are flying high. Oilers win, thank God. And we get the whole crew together. Plus, we bolted on some other Oilers fans.
Yeah,
that
every
were
other
there.
Oilers fan.
And we went to this bar called Aussies, which you walk in. It's
spelt like the country or like
OZZIES.
O.
OZZIE apostrophe S.
So like Ozzie Smith.
Sure. It was Ozzie Smith's bar.
Cool. Love Ozzie Smith.
And anyways, it's kind of a little empty there, and it starts filling up over there. So we're having a few drinks. So then the D floor opens up. So we go and hit the D floor. And what happens to also be on the D floor?
Just hold on. That's 3D floors now.
What are you thinking? Robots?
We do
I'm just
not take
thinking.
your
I'm just thinking.
biotechnology information.
How many people say D floor?
Okay.
20% of
Goof
this
or no
podcast
goof?
does.
Somebody who calls it a D floor.
Let Jay tell the story.
Oh my
call it
god!
D floor?
Just don't call it a D floor anymore.
I call it D floor too.
Call it the rug then, and go cut it.
Oh my lord, what are you?
There's only
90?
one bar with a rug, and it's the Roxy. So
Yeah. And don't touch it.
you
It's
just
sticky.
say, I'm going to the Roxy. So we're on the D floor,
Oh my
and
God.
that is also where the dartboards are.
Danger.
Also, there's cups full of darts. So you'd be dancing, and then there'd be some like lady or guy like, look out! on a packed D floor. D was also meant
D for dart. Yeah.
Dart floor.
The dart
Did
floor.
you start incorporating the dart throwing into your dancing?
Chucking. I'm like, all right,
Dart dancing?
Yeah, you do a spin and then a chuck.
This is a recipe for disaster.
wild.
How does no one at that bar be like, oh yeah, dance floor's opening up?
We need more darts in the cups.
I
There
like
was
this.
There was like 30.
Can we get
darts.
sharper darts to the dart
Yes,
floor,
sharper
please?
Another angle from this place is I go up to the bar and I say, "Can I have a double spiced rum and Coke, please?" And the guy goes, "Yep." They do not measure drinks.
No, they
down
don't.
There.
Half and halves.
I learned that the hard way, so I'm like, "Well, down the hatch we go," and then it just
Literally
off the night. Next thing you know, I'm
Just
throwing
Coke.
darts in the middle of a dance party.
That reminds me of like that bar is cool because it's like we don't always have to protect everybody. We used to have lawn darts. Do you remember fucking lawn darts? Throw them 20 feet in the air, a
that the
sharpie
thing with
pointy
those
thing,
little bubbly
and then they
things in the
slam
end
into the
that are
ground lawns while kids are playing?
Yeah.
We used to be a society.
We used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember at 10 p.m. when your TV on the TV would come? 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Just a little reminder. Oh, shit, they're not home yet. Remember that?
No.
Come on.
Do you know where your children?
That's an actual thing.
I didn't
At
get
10
past
p.m.
Channel
every day,
13
it would just
for a
come
long
up
time.
and it'd be like a the more you know type of thing. From
That sounds like Videotron stuff.
Do you know where your children are?
Parents so glued to the TV, they're like, fuck, I haven't seen my kid.
I would also argue that Aussies was the top 10 sweatiest moments. Of my
Oh,
life.
it got hot. It got spicy at Aussies.
Hoodie with a jersey over it and just giving her.
Yeah.
They were playing good tunes.
They were playing good tunes. And I likes to boogie.
And then we went to Domino's and we did dance for pizza.
Yeah, because they were closed.
Yeah. Chalmers is fucking tuned out.
Yeah, he's checked it.
No. Because oh man, get nostalgic again. We're not gonna do it.
He's freaking out about the 80s again.
I just love it. Rode in the back of pickup trucks.
Before AI.
No helmets on our bikes.
When you had to scan your items at a cashier.
Children's
Drank
sized
out of a-
cigarettes.
Drank out of a hose.
When you had to pay with, you could write with a check like a human being.
Yeah, my parents. I'd be lying if I never said I didn't go to the convenience store with a handwritten note. Said,
darts?
heck yeah, I did.
Successful? My mom tried that once with me.
I did too.
I didn't. It didn't work.
Sounds to me like you didn't know what you were doing in this
I didn't
instance.
sell it properly.
Chalmers walks in with a lit dart to sell me another
Yeah,
pack.
that's the thing. You have to.
You gotta have one
you have to
going.
have one going.
How would I get this if I wasn't 18?
All right. Our Nation Vacation recap is brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. There's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that is making new ones. Alberta Blue Cross Insurance protects your memories and more wherever your travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. If you want to make some new memories with us, remember, we are going to Phoenix in February.
Yeah, let's see what we can get up to there.
Also learned that Tyler is allergic to brewer's yeast. And given the amount of beer that this guy drinks, this dude will clear a room.
Okay. So, I'll tell this story. I'm not that embarrassed by it. So, I
not listening to the story,
farted really bad at the last bar we went to on Saturday night.
Blamed a innocent
Gross.
bystander, by the way.
Blamed a dude in a Kraken jersey. When I drink a lot of beers, it's uncontrollable. My insides are rotten. Anyways, blamed it on another dude. I was also blackout drunk. So I didn't remember doing that. All I remembered was us all being like, it stinks. It's that guy in the Kraken jersey who did it. So the next day at the Seahawks game, we're standing there and I just go, oh man, remember that guy who just shit his pants last night?
Why would you bring it up again?
Because I thought it was just a stinky dude. I didn't know it was me. And then they all go, Tyler, when we got back to the hotel, you fessed up and admitted to it. I didn't remember any of it.
And then he did it again at Aqua.
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah.
But the first one, you know it's happening. So then why do you continue to do it? And
The second time I moved to a quieter spot on the dance floor because I was like,
oh, when they're thick like that, they follow you.
and it did.
Oh, yeah.
And Rick was
got him on a leash.
crying, laughing.
They don't just cut. Look, jeans have holes. They're porous. I get it. But when they're that thick, It takes a while to seep
Yeah.
out.
So I returned to the group too fast, and it took everyone 12 seconds to be like, "Holy shit, Tyler!" I was like, yeah, that's on me, and everyone had to move away. From
I
me.
would be lying if I said I had never been in that position before.
Well, that's true.
But the funny part about it is that Tyler loves beer and he's allergic to beer. No, that's
10 p.m. Do you know where children are?
But yeah, I love beer, and I know Dangerous Way to send me like great gluten-free beers in the past that are supposed to help.
Are you like, don't eat bread gluten free?
No, like it's a very specific thing, and I haven't gotten tested.
Oh,
for
2
it.
days of drinking, 3 days
Brewer's
of
yeast.
hard
Yeah, but
drinking.
my mom and sister have gotten tested, and they're both allergic to brewer's yeast. So whenever I drink a lot of beers, I get like a rash on my chest, and I fucking fart like crazy.
You know what I'm not allergic to? Brewer's rye. You should try that.
yeah. Little Crown
Buddy.
Cola.
You don't get the farts like that. And sometimes, you know,
But I love beer.
so on those kind of trips, I tend to not like eat as much just
Or
because.
as well.
Yeah. Well, no,
Sweet.
mostly
Terrible.
because I don't like the gut rot feeling. And I find that when I start to eat, I just get like lethargic and tired. And there's an old saying that a good buddy of mine once said, you don't waste $100 buzz on a $2 steak. So you just don't eat.
My go-to when I have those drinking kind of weekends is salads and fruit. Eat like a rabbit. You got to save room for the beer.
Did you?
Because my stomach is often
You didn't do
bloated.
that. We ate pizza 3 times.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think we had pizza that the game night. We had so much. Well, I said
Yeah,
I
we
ate
did
so
eat
many
a lot.
carbs.
We
that
ate
day.
a lot of
Okay.
pizza.
I just want to say something.
Probably didn't help my stomach.
Shout out Queen Anne's Beer Hall.
I believe we're like 38 minutes into this thing.
35.
35.
Yeah.
We have yet, and I know that other places have done it, but we have yet to discuss just a few of the things that happen with the Oilers and where we see them going from now. I am not usually the one that brings it to this spot,
You
but I
knob
thought
gobbler?
it would be. What's that?
You knob gobbler?
You like garlic?
Am I a knob gobbler?
That's what we call fans of the coach.
yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
The fighting knob
That
gobblers.
is not going to stand up.
Damn right it will.
I think it just did.
Oh, I hit Gregor today on Oilers Nation every day. I was like, Coach Garlic. And Gregor was like, why are you calling him that? And I explained it, and Gregor liked it.
The pack has moved to knob though.
Okay, well, explain the garlic. I
Knob,
get the
knobby.
knob, but what's the garlic?
Garlic in German is garlic.
Oh, of course. How did I miss
always-
that one?
I kind of think it's funny that Leon, obviously German, is just he's like, my coach is garlic.
Yeah.
Was he on the Golden Bears team with Toots?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. We're the same age as the fucking coach.
And the Edmonton Ice.
He might be a little bit older.
Oh,
but
thank
yes.
God.
They play well.
Much older. He's got to be much older.
I don't know much, but similar.
No,
I don't want to be that age.
Chris Knobloch is 45 years old.
Oh, thank God. He's way older than us.
So old.
Way older. Multiple years.
So he was on the Edmonton Ice when I started going to some of the games. I had a few buddies on the team, ended up becoming friends with a few of them, and we'd go watch a lot of the Edmonton Ice games, and he was on that team. And I remember him being like, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that it was the same guy, but like, he was a cool guy.
Cool.
He's
But
the
here's
part of
the
hair in the
thing.
middle, though. Cool guy style. From the
So
90s.
okay, kind of a knob gobbler.
Oh, okay.
We're the knob
No, we're
gobblers.
the knob
He's the
gobblers. We're the
knob.
knob gobblers.
Yeah, he's the
bubbles.
knob.
Yeah.
He's the
So
knob
yeah,
we're
so
gobbling.
here's
Yeah. Come
Okay,
on. Do you even
so-
understand hockey?
Look, people have heard it a million times. I don't care. We got to talk about it. I don't like everybody. This narrative about just like Connor handpicking this coach. If that's the truth, I don't care, so to speak. Because
Here's my thought about it.
sure,
How often do you talk to people that you used to know 9 years ago?
depends. If they're my friends, then all the time.
I see what you're getting at.
Do you know what I
though,
mean?
right? Yeah.
It's like, no, this is the guy. Right? I just
weird.
like it just doesn't connect to me.
Also, Pat, if you're watching, Pat's the guy who makes all our clips now. I want one clip of Chalmers while he's wearing his hat like this because I think it'll play very well on socials.
With the youth.
Yeah, with the
Oh, I
They'll
do
see
that,
him as one of their
You know
own.
what? It's the most comfortable way to wear a hat because
That's
it's the
insane.
only part that doesn't really like mess with your ears. I kind of like one tucked. I don't know.
Things just ain't the same for gangsters.
Okay. Dude played for the Edmonton Ice right at the beginning of when they became the Edmonton Ice.
Yep.
Won a national championship with the Golden Bears. Like, he's from Saskatchewan. He kind of represents this area. Like, he's kind of like fit for this. Who else would like, he wants to be here, clearly.
I'm happy with the choice.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. The problem is I don't know how a guy comes into that room and starts to change things with a team that's had success but is like low. I was trying to think of what the mindset would have to be. Like
Try to
what?
pump them up,
Right.
play to the strengths.
Right. But so it kind of like, does it seem after a couple of days, like they still have their ebbs and flows of their intensity. Yesterday's game, they came out really well, but the middle of the game was not good. And then the third period was just an absolute fireworks show. Like, well, last half of the third period was a fireworks show.
I think sometimes we hate admitting how much of professional hockey is luck. Like at the NHL level, so many of these games.
Like,
Also, here's
the underlying numbers
Yes.
in that game. Like we got smoked.
And we weren't that good against New York either. Against Seattle, we dominated Woody's last game. And
But we're getting a save.
We're getting
so
a
that's
save.
the thing that I want to
This
say
is what
that,
Oilers hockey is with a plus 900 save percentage.
because for so many games early in the season, when the Oilers made it 3-2, they wouldn't get the save at the other end of the ice to keep it 3-2 and give them the chance to
Yes.
tie it up. Stu made that save against Teravainen like minute and a half left, that glove save.
Yeah.
That goes in, game over.
Yep.
That gave the
Also-
boys a chance to go the other way. Vander Kane did what he did.
Darnell Nurse, big save.
Okay,
Darnell
I gotta
Nurse, the
say,
diving
Darnell
save.
Nurse has been one of our best players for the past 3 or 4 games.
You know, he's been
Like-
our best defenseman for the last like 3 years. People just hate him.
Because of the contract. Obviously, we all know that. But like, if these last 4 or 5 games haven't absolutely amplified, when he takes that puck from behind the net and starts skating and starts wheeling it up,
You can move it out.
he looks amazing. Like he looks great.
but he makes too much money though.
He just looks
You're
different.
just at the end of your rope with people with Darnell Nurse. It's so funny. Like, did you know that everyone hates him for no reason whatsoever?
Well,
A single tear goes
Same
down.
thing
your
with Bouchard too, right? Like Bouchard's played unreal.
You hear enough people say this stuff, and then it becomes like you're part of your.
Wasn't
vernacular.
Bouchard the
You know what I mean?
odds-on favorite to win the Norris recently? Data-driven hockey did some workup and it farted out Bouchard as
The
the.
analytics just like go bananas.
Last night was you got both sides of the sword though with Bouchard
Yeah,
last
you
night.
got defensive mistakes, but you got him putting up like
He got out muscled by Kyler Yamamoto last night.
yeah, that was embarrassing.
What will you do if Bouchard wins the Norris, Jay? Will you eat your own
He
hat?
never will.
But what if he did for some reason?
Do you
Oh,
get?
then I don't know.
Does anybody else get the sense, like
I'll do
I do,
something.
that the players are kind of just like they're so sick of being asked the same kind of questions? Like CC yesterday getting asked by Gene just about
Hey,
like,
how the fuck did you get a breakaway? What happened there?
Like,
I
Paul Coffey, oh, you're rushing him more. He's just like, man, why do I have? Yeah, Paul Coffey told me to rush it. So
I
now all of
like
a sudden
Gene
I'm rushing
asking a
defenseman.
guy-
It's like,
Who hasn't scored in a year if he values offense now that Paul Coffey is his coach? You know damn well Cody Ceci hasn't scored in a year,
said-
Gene.
But remember CeCe's pedigree. He was drafted as an offensive defenseman,
Hasn't scored in a year.
but he's had to change his game to stay.
I think
relevant.
these guys had to come in and just be like, listen, outside of this room and outside of your families, you have got to stop giving a shit about what anybody says. Because who said it? That the pressure is just too high in this room right now. Like the pressure from the city, from the media, just is like, it's too much at this moment. And that's when everybody starts
And
gripping
that's
your
why you need
sticks.
that's why you need a release valve like firing a coach, because that's the only way that you're going to buy some patience with the fan base,
Right.
right? Like it needs to be that reset. Like
in a roundabout way, the fan base puts an amazing amount of pressure on the team, which we could
the
be
team puts
we could
pressure
be
on
guilty of.
themselves too,
Right, but the fan base does and the media does. And then we cry when Jay Woodcroft is the face of him getting fired because the team has so much pressure on him that they need to make a change.
Because the thing that's annoying to me, well, like, listen, I'm Knobgoblin, but for Jay Woodcroft, listen, if there's a game where Leon gets 4 points and Connor gets 2 and Stu's above a 915 2 weeks ago, Woodcroft doesn't get fired.
no,
Yeah.
nowhere near, and we're probably 3 games above 500.
It was really nice to get outshot last night and win a game.
That's what I was saying. So today on the
Yeah.
every day, I was like, in a weird, twisted way, them winning that game last night gave me more hope than if they would have gone out and just dominated it. Because it showed that they can win games when they're not at their best. And
Yeah.
like they're not this bottom feeder team who needs to play perfect and have everything go their way. They can get dummied for like 28 minutes of a hockey game and still find a way to win.
Like Seattle came out and played hard,
Yep.
and we couldn't manage them for a bit, and then we woke up. Like, yeah, the first period was like, I'm like, oh, it's like a road period. Like, we're not trying to like do too much, but we're kind of conservative, so okay, whatever. That second period was atrocious. We just got absolutely served. That last 10 minutes was amazing.
I think this is
natural Hattie. Come on.
I mean,
I knew a Hattie was going to come. I just picked the wrong person.
it was fantastic. So good. I believe that right now is the perfect time to go spend 4 days in Florida on a road trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the boys.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time because like he gets jumped right into this team and like you see him walk out of the tunnel. I don't know if anybody else saw this, but as he's walking out like before the game, he just does one of these big like inhale and then big cheek blowout. Like, oh shit, it's happening. I'm walking onto the bench for the first time. He kind of walks out there. He like stops, looks back to see if everybody's with them. Like at that moment, I was like, oh man, this is too big for him right this minute. But whatever, it is what it is. To go get ingratiated with your new team, like this is the perfect road trip. If we go, and two tough teams. I mean, Tampa obviously always tough, but Florida like unreal tough right now.
Tampa's like, when you look at this road trip, Tampa, Florida, Carolina, Washington, somehow Tampa's the easiest matchup right now, which is wild. But you can never take them lightly because they're both.
Yeah, no.
So when like obviously Stuart Skinner playing great right now, Jack Campbell's not in the mix. You got Pickard sitting on the bench. How long do you feel comfortable just keep rolling Stu out there?
When do you start Pickard? I got asked that by Low Tide today. Is it the Washington game?
But Washington's rolling, dude.
But we match up well against them.
You got it.
Well,
Listen,
like, what's the other option? Do
in
you
my
stick him in
opinion,
Saturday?
Maybe.
No, in my opinion, you've got to start Stu Saturday
Because he's rolling
and then you
too.
got to start him Monday.
We had 2 days rest.
And then you decide if you win both those games, then you think about it in Carolina.
Plan loss.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because
But you
Then
can't
go Carolina and just get.
but you
shaved.
need another 2 wins under your belt to even think about that. And then what if you decide against it and then you win in Carolina, now you're 4 wins in your last 4 going into Washington. That's when you say, we're on the road. You're not going to have the crowd fucking boo you and a ton of pressure on you. Put them in. That's when I would do it.
I said I wasn't going to get excited about this team until they won 5 in a row.
By the way, that's one of my favorite things from this past weekend is the Oilers scored very quickly on Saturday night and everybody's going bananas and high-fiving. Tyler just stood up and gave a high five or a thumbs up like this. And I'm like, what was that? He goes, well, I'm happy, but I'm not going to get too excited yet. And I just thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
Like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just, until they've won 5 in a row, I'm not getting hyped up. I'm just give them a thumbs up. Good work, but you got to show me more. That was a big win last night.
Yeah, that was funny.
Only 1
So
point. I like it.
we're 5-9-1.
Yeah.
So how many games do we have left this month?
They got to go, obviously 4-game road trip we just talked about. And then you go Anaheim, Vegas at home, then on the road against Winnipeg.
7 games left.
Yeah.
So
If you can go 5-2 over this stretch,
5
that's
and
huge.
2, or even, I guess 6.
Connor and Leo are back. Let's run the table.
Yeah,
That's what we need.
4 and
We need one of those heaters that it's a
5-2.
heater. We need a heater.
We
it'd be
posted
amazing if we can finish 500 at the end of the month.
Yeah, but so if you go 5-2 at the end of the month, you're 10-11-1,
we posted that clip of me questioning Connor's leadership style.
and then popped off.
Yeah, and people didn't like it. People didn't like me asking the question. But what I don't understand is what people didn't get about what I was saying. Doesn't matter that he's the best player in the world. You don't have to be. People accused of us stop running guys out of town. I saw one. Running Connor out of town. Listen, I didn't respond. If I was going to respond, I would have responded there. But in an overarching, or in an overall, Cliff Notes version of me just saying what I said, and I stand by it. You don't have to be the best leader. But if the brass around realize what type of leader he is, and he may not be the perfect off the ice leader or the type of guy who can relate to somebody else. He's been the best player at every level he's ever been at. He's been told that every year of his life to an exceptional amount. To think that this player is going to just automatically be the perfect leader is illogical to me.
Yep.
So it's totally understandable that he wouldn't be. That is not a criticism on the person. What it is it may be a fact of the matter. And if he isn't, I still love him to death, and I still don't want to see him in another jersey. But what I do want is for the people around this team to understand that and subsidize it. Find something to complement that,
His coach.
which is maybe what they did with Sam Gagner, his coach. So is it happening? I don't
Adam
know.
Burney.
Time will tell.
How did he not get suspended, by the way? I'm stunned.
I'm shocked.
That was a very dirty hit from Ernie. Chalmers, the worst thing you could ever do is read the comments.
Yes.
I learned that lesson early on in my media career, and the people I read my YouTube comments. Same thing when I was on the radio. I'd read the text line because those are the people who are tuning in, watching you live. The people who just see the clips and react off the clips.
So you know what? I didn't read the comments. It was one person who actually tagged me in the comment, or even DM me, and I was just like, dude, like fuck off. What are you trying to do here? Like, what are you doing?
Now, why are you doing it?
If we don't ask the question, then what? We just sit like, I don't know, whatever. I'm hot right now. You know what I found? 4 dents in my brand new garage door. I live in a house that's been fully renovated. The only thing left to do in this whole house was a brand new garage door. I had been just waiting, but it's coming. It's becoming winter. Got a garage heater. I want it to be sealed. So I bought a brand new garage door. Told my kids one thing: do not shoot pucks close to the garage door. We have a net with one of those nets that like fold out on the sides. If you put it down the driveway about 20 feet, you physics don't allow a puck to hit my garage. You couldn't bend a bullet around that thing to hit my garage. Like, you can't do anything. And somehow, after 2.5 weeks of a brand new garage, I got 4, not 1. I get 1. Rogue Aaron puck, but 4 dents in my brand new garage door.
How many kids you got left?
They don't even know. I saw them this morning. They don't even know how mad I am, but I am hot.
All right.
What's the play now?
Is that you keeping it 100?
No.
Punch one in the face in front of the other one and say, this is a lesson to both of you.
We're done our Oilers talk. Oilers talk today was delivered by DoorDash for a limited time. Our Canadian listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25. All caps on NATION25. Holiday season's fast approaching. Chalmers, I'll put you in a scenario.
Okay.
You're in the kitchen. You're cooking up a big holiday meal because you got people coming over.
Yeah.
You forgot an ingredient. You forgot your garlic. You have a million things.
My
to
knob
do.
block.
Yep. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go drive to the store and get it? Waste all that time?
Heck no.
You don't have time. DoorDash it. Make DoorDash your holiday hack. This
Ruin
holiday
somebody
season.
else's.
German, order that garlic.
Ruin somebody else's. Not just kidding. But yes, I definitely would do that.
Send your son to
They're not
the
ruining. They're here to help you out.
Yeah, they are.
you send your son to the store with a lit dart. He says, "Where's the knob blocks at?"
Where's the knob blocks at?
First thing I did when we got to the hotel in Seattle is I DoorDash Taco Bell.
Yeah,
You did. Yeah, you did.
And then I went and got beers, and I was like, "You want a beer?" And you're like, "I'm good, buddy."
I just
You were
didn't keep
chilling
my
with your
toe on.
Taco
I was
Bell.
tired.
Yeah.
It's good.
So last week, I read word for word. It didn't go well. So I cliff notes this one. Okay. And
Oh, this is keeping it 100.
this is going to be keeping it 100.
Go.
Okay. So I think a lot of people have their favorite day of the week, right?
Okay.
Some people's is Friday. Some people's is Saturday. Crazy people's is Wednesday. Everybody has a different opinion. But I'm here to tell you right now, I'm definitely keeping it 100 and telling you my favorite day of the week is Thursday. And I'll tell you why.
Mini Friday.
It's a mini Friday. You know that day before you go on a vacation where you wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, what can go wrong today? Like, and if it does, it just is a 2 week from now problem because I'm out of here, right? No work can be that bad. So on Thursday nights, you got some Thursday night football for 19 weeks a year, 18 weeks a year, right? You can have a couple drinks because you've been trying to lay low Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have a couple drinks on Thursday. You know that, hey, tomorrow's Friday. I'm still going to go to work. I'm going to have a great day. But listen, what could possibly go that wrong that didn't happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? And even if it does, fuck, I got 2 days to think it through and hit it hard Monday, right? Monday, Saturday, Friday, they're great days. But they're busy with family stuff. They're busy for me personally with like hockey. You know, my kids want to do stuff. So Sunday, I love Sunday, football Sunday. But around 6 o'clock Sunday night, the Sunday scaries are a real thing. Anybody that doesn't think that is crazy. Because Sunday, I start to get the shivers. Monday, I hate it, but it's a work day. You put your nose to the grindstone. Tuesday, you usually start to catch a stride. Wednesday's fantastic. And then Thursday's usually the most euphoric, but the most productive day of the week, because you know the week is almost over. I get to have a nice little night tonight. Tomorrow's a getaway day. And then we got the weekend with the family, right? So you focus on work. You focus on yourself Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is all about you and getting ready for a nice Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday with the family. And that is keeping it 100.
Thursday is the best day of the week.
In my opinion, what's your favorite day of the week, Bag Milk?
I find time to be a flat circle in this job. Every day is kind of the same, to be honest.
What an optimistic viewpoint.
But I don't say that as a bad thing.
No, yeah.
It's just some days I work on Sunday, some days I don't.
The Thursday, the start of the fantasy football week. You know, you got like, you've been doing all this like preparation for it. If there's an Edmonton Oilers hockey game on a Thursday, even better. Most of the time my kids don't have hockey or anything Thursday. I just love it.
I know what day it is, but if you can often ask me what day is it, and I'll have to look.
Really?
What day is it?
Today I know it is Thursday because we're doing this.
Here, Chuck, your favorite day of the week?
Thursday's definitely a shout. Like I totally get where you're coming from with
Office
that.
job though, 1000% with you. You go out, maybe it's a Cowboys night. Friday you struggle, power through it, get through it. Weekend, Thursday's legit.
Yeah, like going out when there, like you said, when there's an Oilers game on a Thursday and you go to the
You
game,
can get a little sillier than you would on a Monday.
Yeah, like
100%.
It's a little bit more socially acceptable to pile back the beers. And then grinding through a hungover day on Friday is way better than grinding through a hungover day on Saturday, because you feel like you're wasting your weekend a little bit, like groggy in bed. You're going to be hungover. Be hungover on company time, you know?
If you're a little hungover on a Friday,
Hashtag avoid the grind.
if you go out to an Oilers game on a Thursday night and you get after it, and then you kind of, muscle your way through Friday, by the middle of Saturday, you feel like it's Sunday, but really you still have a Sunday.
You've extended your weekend just by
It's like
getting
a
drunk
long
on a
weekend
Thursday.
every week, Wanye. What's your favorite day of the week, Wanye?
Well, I have a 15% off card at Shade 105, Edmonton's finest strip club. Monday afternoons, I get 15% off appetizers.
Is it a buffet?
Sometimes, but not always with my card.
That's living.
So
some tendies?
that's my favorite part. Shade made it my favorite part of the day. Shout out to the gang at Shade.
Yeah.
Sense.
Shade
Well, that's tough.
goes with that saying value.
Shea Pierre guy.
R.I.P.
No,
R.I.P.
Really?
not for real.
The human, the Shea Pierre himself.
Pierre Cachard died?
Yes.
Oh shit! How old is he?
Old.
90.
Yeah, he was in his 90s.
Well, he was in Auschwitz. Oh shit! Wasn't he?
What a
Hold
left
on.
turn this just took.
I think I'm thinking of Teddy. No. Teddy was in Auschwitz.
Teddy was.
Sorry, not Pierre.
What are we doing?
Teddy was.
Yeah, Teddy was. I saw it.
Yeah, the stamp. Yeah.
Oh, he died. That sucks. How long ago?
I want to say within the last 5 to 8 weeks.
Oh, man.
No way.
So Shea Pierre downtown, for the 3 listeners,
Yeah.
was across the street from where I used to work. And there was a billboard on the side of the building of this guy, Pierre from Shea Pierre. And as a child, I was like, who is this amazing man with a fedora on and a cherry? And what does this place do? He had a license plate of Shea.
Yeah.
And like 12 cars, I swear. And he would be, every single car I'd see him and had the same license plate. So he was breaking the law.
Bag Milk. Shea Pierre. Shea Pierre. What are the 2 things that most men, and I don't like them,
You motherfucker.
What are the 2 things that people go to strip? You're going to finish it
Oh
with
my
this?
God in heaven. Do you think it ends with he's
Okay. I thought he was done.
He's not dead in this story?
Oh,
That guy would manage to figure out a way to keep Shea Pierre open with no liquor license.
okay. That's what I was
Because he
gonna
got
say.
it banned.
Rescinded.
But
But yet he kept it open and still would shadily serve you booze if you knew how to wink at the waitress.
Like he'd serve $20 pops, I think.
His daughter goes on to be like one of the legal stars of Western Canada. She's like a super top ranked lawyer and had nothing but good stuff to say ever about her dad. And you'd see him at the gym walking around immaculately dressed in his 80s. Like this guy had better 20-year-old kid style in his 80s than we had in our 20s. And he had all this shady shit on the go, and he somehow kept Shea Pierre going. And I used to park behind Shea Pierre, and I had to write Shea Pierre a check every month month, and I'd put in my memo like sex party or stripper party or all this shit.
No,
and then,
you didn't.
Yes,
Did you
of
really?
course I did. What do I care? And then I didn't realize that the bank like scanned them all, and I remembered like looking at my statement and being like, "Ooh." So that guy dying, that's sad, man. That's like a Edmonton.
Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do the same thing in the memo of my checks when I used to live with one of my buddies in his basement suite. So every month I would write my rent check and I would just put the filthiest shit on there because I knew it would get scanned to come back to me. And he was always so embarrassed to cash his checks. It was the best. I loved it.
Cash at your own risk, man.
Sorry, now you go
Chalmers.
first.
No. My thing
finish
was
up.
just going to say, like, I just couldn't believe that there was a functioning, long-lasting strip club,
But
that
with no
didn't
liquor license.
serve
I
beers
think you got the top
or
shelf
didn't
bomb that
have
probably had a little
like
spice in it.
VLTs in them.
Nothing about it made sense.
I've never stepped foot in that building. Have you?
No, I've never been in there.
I've never been.
I did
there.
after a Christmas party.
VLTs in
No, nothing.
no, but is there? Is that standard? Does strip club there's VLTs?
Chalmers, you know
Isn't
that.
there?
I don't know if you.
I don't remember.
Do you remember Crazy Horse?
Yeah,
Remember the
of
one over by Mayfield Inn?
Yeah.
I swear it had some.
No.
I can.
No?
I can for some reason envision them now, but I might be the
Maybe I'm
Mandela
wrong.
effect there.
Remember how Mort's and Red Deer had VLTs on the D floor? And you could
A
fucking
lot of people
play.
say this, but we used to go to, what was that place in the Continental called? Tap Out? No.
I've never been there.
Oh, yeah.
Like on
the
Stony-
gas house.
on Stony-
Or the pump.
No, on Stony Plain Road.
Yeah, tap room.
The Tap Room.
Yeah.
So that was the very first strip club we ever went to because they used to let us in with like fake IDs at
yeah.
16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
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 Maybe.
Pierre never.
I know a lot of people say this, but it was never something I enjoyed all that much.
I know, but you did it because like
You did it. There was just like there was a cool thing about being in a room
was
with like,
weird.
but people who sat in the front, I couldn't.
We're from a different age, though. Imagine
Yeah.
you lived in an era where that
It's
might be the
weird.
only boob you see. You're going to be front row, son, eating that buffet with me on a Tuesday.
And then you got like a magnet or something. with the
What'd
girls.
it do? A poster?
That's your
A
earnest.
poster.
Bring that into the work on Monday and show the boys.
Flicking loons, baby.
Oh god, it's such a weird practice. I don't even know. If that's
Flicking
only
loons
an
from the
Alberta
second.
thing, is what
Flicking
I
loons
think
from
it
the
is.
second story.
It's only an Alberta thing, is what I learned.
To throw loonies?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I went to Montreal to a conference once. They're like, would you like to come to the strippers? I'm like, without a doubt. And then I came out of my room in jeans and a t-shirt and they were like, and I looked at them. They're like, you have to wear a suit to get into the strip club.
Ooh.
I'm like, okay. So I go back in, I come out in a suit and then I sit down and I go, can we get like a roll of loonies? And you would have thought they thought I asked for a shotgun in the strip club. They're like, why would you need loonies? And I was like, how do you pay the ladies? And they were just like,
I've never. I would
more or
never.
less. And I was
Okay.
like, suit, bill, strippers? This is too much for me.
Honest question. Is there any more strip clubs in Edmonton?
Shade.
Shade.
Okay, besides Shade 105.
Tuesday deals.
Shea Pierre. I think it's still going, isn't it?
Well, what do you think they're going to do now? Sell the building and move on,
Is
surely.
it still functioning?
Yeah. I remember one night during the height of the thing, driving by and the door was open. I was like, you can't kill Shea Pierre. He's
Wasn't there
40
another
steps
one?
ahead
There was
of us.
another one on 111th Ave, where across from where Oodle
St.
Noodle is
Pete's.
now. St. Pete's.
It's ish open. Sometimes there's a sign. Sometimes you go by Friday, there's nobody there.
Diamond's gone.
Gone.
Diamond's gone.
Dimes
It's
and
like a
Eden on the same day burned
The
down.
Great strip club wars.
God, what a sad day for Edmonton's culture.
I do apologize to the select group of people who listen to this podcast in the car with their children. It's a tough one.
Well, they would have known that once the subject hit too.
When it opens with the P intro, you might just want to let this one slip.
That'd actually be a good way for us to we should start putting in the intro in post, and it's like a rating system.
That's
You could go in the
signal.
beginning like, this is Tyler Remchuk. This episode is not recommended for anyone under the age of 30.
What are all the different ways to call them a strip club? There's the peelers, the rippers,
Rippers. Yeah.
rippers, peelers,
bar.
A gentleman's
titty bar,
Titty bar. Gentlemen's Club.
Gentlemen's club.
Gentlemen's club.
A fine buffet on a Tuesday afternoon at a good price. Just here for the wings.
Oh, that'd be a good shirt.
Wingstop.
Just here for the wings.
Just here for the wings. I think that's it.
That's almost like a good saying.
It was my brother had a bachelor party. We went to Crazy Horse on the North End, RIP. And
97th Street.
yeah,
Okay, I went there once. Huge building,
it was.
like cool building. Okay, sorry.
Like a
So we
castle.
go in there for my
Yeah.
brother's stag, and it's me and all his buddies, and I invited some of my buddies, and my old man was there, and we decided to sit perv row and order a bunch of food. And I've never seen my old man so disgusted with me in his life.
Eating wings an inch from a
Eating
butt.
wings and throwing loonies simultaneously.
Throw a wing accidentally and eat a loony.
For a guy that says he doesn't like the strip clubs, I sure did say I went to this one a lot. And you were,
You didn't enjoy yourself.
didn't like it one night.
Zanzibar.
You haven't been to one in your life?
I've been to exactly one.
Okay, let's do something. If we want to talk about like bars like that are just an experience, on Saturday night, can 5 of us get together and go to Rendezvous 49?
There's 0% chance you will make plans to hang
I'll
out.
go.
Listen, yeah, you won't.
Rendezvous
I mocked
49 is
Rendezvous
just
49.
close enough to my house that I will go.
Why do you want to go to Rendezvous 49?
Because it's just the most. How has that place?
I mocked
been
it, Chalmers,
open
when we
for 30
opened our bar.
years?
I was like, we're going to put this bitch out of business.
So
and
then
it outlasted everyone.
never has-
Pub crawl it. We'll end up at Franco's.
It never has anybody. I went to.
It's
I went
busy
to
on
Uncle
Fridays.
Glenn's last weekend when you guys were in Seattle because I needed to drown my sorrows with some buddies.
Woodfire Pizza?
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
That's good.
I heard you hit the Vilts pretty hard.
Oh, I didn't hit him hard. I put in $40 and I won hard. That's that's what you mean by hit. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What'd you pull out, son?
Just a cool 750 or something like
Oh,
that.
40? Thank God those aren't our VLs.
They have a new game. So our game is Sevens Wild, the one that we used to like, where if you get sevens anywhere in all 5 rows, they don't have to be lining up. You get free games. They have a new one called 7 Wild Bump. And so if you get a 7 on the top line in any row, the next spin, it just bumps one down.
Holy shit.
Spin it again, it just bumps it down. So you get like 3 on the top row. You've got 2 more spins before they disappear to get 2 more 7s. And here's the fun part. When those 3 in the first row go down one, you can get a 7 up above them or below them. It's in every other spot. It's awesome. So I was just hitting fucking 7s like nothing. But here's the other thing. When you get your bonus, there's no 7s. There's no 7s in the bonus game, but there's a wild.
Ooh.
The wilds come few and far between.
Question. Windicate or are you solo?
Oh, solo.
Chalmers doesn't perform in the Windicate.
No, I don't perform in winter kits.
No, he's George Michael in Wham. He went solo.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. When you get a wild in this game, the next spin, it shoots one below it or above it. So now that wild becomes a second wild and they stay there all 5 spins. So if you start getting a bunch of wilds all over the place, pretty soon you've just got like, all you gotta do is hit one bell in the corner and you got bells.
You're compounding.
Yeah, it's part of the
It
retirement
was
plan at this
I
point.
was having such a
We
good
made
time.
40 into 700. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm in.
And so I got a theory.
Yes.
It's a new game as of like, I
They want you to win to get hooked on it.
That's what I'm saying. So I asked the girls there, I said, how long has this game been on there? Like, it's brand new. I've never seen
Always
it.
play the new game. Lars.
And
She's like, I'm sorry, sir, I don't care.
It's only been on there for like a week or 2 or a week and a half. I don't know. And I started winning. And it was just like, and it wasn't like just winning. It didn't happen all, like I won. I leaned the chair up. I went and ate. Nobody was in there. So I was
Yeah, but still gotta lean the chair though. Just
gotta
in
lean the
case.
chair. And then I went back like 2 hours later and played again. And it just was like the heater.
Did you
just
leave the credits on that thing the whole
continued.
time?
No, I
Oh,
cashed
okay, I'm
that
like, that's
out.
heavy duty just to leave it on the honor system.
And I just and it just like the heater just continued, and that's
See, now I'm
where
worried-
I got my theory. I'm like, I think this game just wants people to win to get hooked
Now
on
I'm
this
worried you're
game.
gonna be chasing that high. You're chasing the dragon ever since now because I feel like my
Well,
guy,
it
I
is
always see-
Thursday, you know.
I always see my guy at Muggins every
Listen.
Sunday when I go for breakfast having twirls, and I've never seen him pull anything out.
Tell him to play the 7 bump game. Hey, listen, it's 3:00 on a Thursday. There's not much more work you're going to get done today. Am I right? On the way home,
A little zaw and some spins.
maybe have a quick left when I should go
They
right.
pay for themselves.
Maybe chuck a quick 40 in.
You got 7 hundo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't. Because you know how those kids shot those pucks into my garage? I had to buy them 2 new sticks. Gone. Do you know what sticks are these days?
You got to go to my stick fix guy.
Yeah, but okay. So, yes.
I swear by him.
How?
Sure.
Explain.
So
A composite?
Yeah, composite sticks, and he goes to like junior teams. He gets their sticks and he fuses them back together. Dude, it's life changing. If you're a beer league player and you're listening, to
Okay,
this,
but
this
are
thing
they-
doesn't even pay for the ad?
But are they like name branded? I know.
they
Listen,
are like my last 2 ones have been sticks from Oil Kings.
my sons are in this age group now where like it doesn't matter pretty much anything they do, but there's
They laugh?
2 Are they what?
They lost.
So he gives you a 60-day or 30-day warranty on the spot he fixed. I've been using the same one now I bought it at the beginning of last season. Haven't broken it yet. I play a ton of hockey. And it's $80-$90 for top of the line pro stocks.
So he sells you refixed sticks?
Yeah, he fixes it. He fuses them back together, dude. I've been on this guy for like 5 years. Guys,
Literally?
Yep. Guys on my beer league team are always like, "Oh, stick's so expensive." I'm like, guys, go to this dude. He's unreal.
How do people
Like-
get in touch with him?
Like
What
Protos,
listeners?
like
What do they do?
Hyperlights, like all.
I need to reach out. I need a stick.
So, okay, I'll give him the free ad.
Yeah.
Stick Fix in St. Albert. It's right behind Service Place. Or like in the business park by Service
And he's got
Place.
all kinds.
I've always gone in there and gotten a stick. I don't
So,
know what it's like.
what I was
I've
saying-
been there in over a year. 'cause my sticks lasted,
I'm
but-
not the type of thing who needs my kids to keep up with the Joneses here. They don't care about a lot of things. That's what I kind of like about this generation. They like all like that age of kids right now. They all just like each other. It doesn't matter if you play White Mud or CAC. It doesn't matter if you're tier 1 or tier 3. You're just a buddy, right? Like, but there's 2 things they care about: shoes and hockey sticks. So they like, if my kid goes to his team and has like $110 stick,
It's a $400 stick with a bunch of electrical tape wrapped.
yeah. So I had to get him a couple hyper lights, which are nice sticks, but man, they don't give those things away. Do you think your guy has like junior kid sticks?
That's what he does.
Oh
They're
my God.
Again, I had one. The nameplate on it was McIndoe, like the guy that played for the Oil Kings. It was like the one time I went in there, like Gunther sticks. This was a few years ago, but yeah, man, it's like legit.
Awesome.
Are you saying
Awesome.
like kid sticks? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So they're
Oh,
getting
you
to,
meant like junior? Oh, I
but
thought
they're
you
getting
meant
to the
from
age where they
junior
need like 50 to 60
teams. Yeah, he has
flex.
sticks in there. Also, he'll go and if your kid breaks a stick, you can bring it in. He'll fuse it back for you.
So where it's broken,
Where I want to get fixed.
does he like have to cut it? Like, how does he do this?
I'm not sure exactly the
Magic?
technology,
Trade
but like,
secrets.
So if you have like a true and it breaks on the T, is it now like a rue?
yeah, like he's got like some sort of carbon fiber thing, and then he puts it together, and I think he wraps it on the inside and outside and fuses it. I don't know the technology, bro.
No, I like it though.
There's like it's snapped. There's like
Do
a
you take
black
lots of
area.
slap shots?
Me?
Yeah.
God no.
I'm just wondering like on the wear and tear side. I don't either.
But like the one I've had now that's lasted forever, the break was up kind of closer to your top hand.
Oh, okay.
So like, who cares? But I've had one that was broken down by the blade. It lasted
What kind of stick do you have right now?
CCM.
Trigger? Jet speed?
No, not the Jet Speed, the TAC 2.0.
And that would be a regular price like 320?
320, yeah.
And you paid
90.
say this guy's name again?
Stick Fix.
Stick Fix behind Service Place, St. Albert.
And Stick Fix guy, if you listen to this podcast, I want a free one.
Oh my God.
Show me a stick. Sometimes I pull up in the nation truck.
First thing, he doesn't. And secondly, no, you can't.
I know.
That's
It's
great.
it's a really cool
That's
business.
really cool. Yep.
Yep. All right, okay, we got to wrap up. We went very, very long today. That's a wrap on this Thursday edition of the pod. We'll talk with everyone again on Monday.